Hello, this is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I'm excited to be with you here tonight for Stamping Live. And we are going to do Step It Up tonight. And so if you are catching me live, then be sure to comment so that I can enter you in the draw and love to have your participation and love to see you all. And if you are going to be catching me on the replay, same thing. Leave your comment and you will be entered into the draw. And same if you share the video, same thing. There's different ways to be able to earn um, draw tickets. So there we go. I see somebody, and that's the other thing. I am streaming on StreamYard, and if you are commenting on Facebook, unless you give the StreamYard permission, I don't see your name. So be sure to add your name if you haven't done that. Um, yes, and we're going to get started because we are going to do Step It Up. And tonight I am going to feature one of the new products that we have in our new annual catalog. And well, I guess I first should say I'm Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I live in Parksville, Vancouver Island, BC. And yes, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you don't know me already, be sure to check out madelinescraftroom.net and see all my classes and things that I have. But tonight, there's Linda. Hello, Linda. Knew somebody was out there. So, yes, we are going to feature tonight the Circle Sayings, which is on page 17 in the catalog. And I love this one. This is one that I was first attracted to just because I love circles and ovals on cards. I just love the looks of it. And I love it that this is for so many different occasions, whether it be the sentiments or whether it be the themes. So we got birthday cupcakes, we got ocean, we got flowers and just nature again and ocean and birthday. So lots of different celebrations. So that's what we're featuring. And here it is. So we've got a punch that goes with it. So this is 2 3/8 of a circle. So this is the largest punch circle that we have. So we're going to be using that tonight because that coordinates with this. And if you look here, one thing I really love too is the beautiful, it's a print, and then look at this, the calligraphy, the font on there. Very pretty the way they've got it. So, and I love how they blend it all with different circles, which we'll see. So here we go. Tonight, we're going to start with the simple, and then we're going to step it up. Can't even talk tonight. And we are going to use one of the new colors. You can't see it on there. It's called Lemon Lolly. And we've had some hot days. And somewhere here, I even have my soda stream with my lemon. I've been enjoying that to cool me off on these hot days. So I'm going to start with this color. Now I am using, for the cardstock, I am using the thick white, just because I'm not going to be adding too many layers to this. So I always like to use the thick when I'm doing that. So this is our Lemon Lolly. And I am actually going to put a little bit of color on the block. And I do this just because I find that sometimes it's easier to get onto the blending brush a little smoother. Yeah, instead of dabbing it right on. And what I want to do is I just want to be able to lightly, very lightly, because if you weren't using the block and you use the pad, you definitely have to stamp off. But I find it tends to leave more blotches. So I find that if you put it on the block and you rub it into it a little bit more, and then very lightly go onto your cardstock. Am I on screen? Yep. We want to make sure we get a little bit here in the middle. So I want to get a little bit more on here. And I just find it's more even when we do it this way. Because who likes big blotches of color? We want nice blending of a yellow here. Thinking of lemon, and it is the lemon lolly color, so very appropriate. We're going to make some cupcakes. So let's see, I think that looks good. We don't want something. So you see how then it's not blotchy. That doesn't help there. Yeah, it's probably best to see it right there. See how it's not blotchy? All right. So what we are going to do now is we're going to come in with the Tuxedo Black ink. And we're going to use the cupcake. And I love this simple cupcake with the liner and the icing on this one. And because we want to do this simple, we are going, and actually I'm going to open it up just so I can make sure it's really nice and flat. And, oops, I forgot. Well, we'll use our bone folder. Sometimes I use the circle or my ruler, but I don't have my ruler in front of me. So I'm going to start here. If I get my card lined up on the grid, that tends to help, and I'm going to go up just a little bit from the middle. So there we got one. We're going to do 3. So if you want to draw a tiny little line with a pencil, you can do that. I'm actually going to eyeball it. How about that? Maybe sorry, but I'm going to try it. Not bad. And try to keep it lined up with the grid paper. And about this much distance. If you feel more comfortable, like I said, you can draw a line there. Okay. So now we need the cover because we don't want that getting onto anything. And before I do anything else, since we got the black out, I want to do happy birthday. So now line this up on the grid. Make sure it's nice and whoopsie. Now that looks blotchy. Can you see how I've smudged it a little bit too much? So we do not want smudgy. So we're just going to clean that off again. Okay, let's try this again now. We're not blotchy. Just nice and solid. There we go. Line this up. So we want to just keep this simple. So there's a happy birthday. Oops, you cannot see it. There. So that's the start. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to put some different colors. Let me see. Let's do lemon for the icing. I'm just going to turn it a little bit just because of where I'm angled. And if you have your blends, these are our Stampin' Up! Blends, and of course our new color is sometimes if you just pull them apart, you will actually pull it right out of the casing. So I find that if I use my thumb and I support it down and go down, then that way it just is easier for our blends. Oh, and look, and I got some black on there. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to just angle this a little bit. And I am just going to go in here. And I'm going to go in with my light color. And then I'm going to go just where Stampin' Up! Has given us. Did I do that the wrong? Ha! I did it the wrong way. Okay, so this one's going to be a little darker. I like to do light first. Look what I did. All right, well, that one will be a little bit different. We had more yellow food coloring, I guess, when we decorated this one. All right. Now let's get this right. Now we're going to go in right where Stampin' Up! Has put all the different lines. And then we can go back over it. Just like that. And then here. Now you could make your icing different colors. I'm actually going to do our liners on some different colors. So, is anybody else joining us here tonight? I see Linda. Okay. So there we go. Now we've got our lemon icing. And so now we're going to put, you always have to make sure your blends snap. All right. Oh, look what I did. Oh my goodness. How am I getting black? I don't see it on my hand. How am I getting black? Let's see if this will work. This Stampin' Up doesn't sell this, but it's a little ink eraser that one of our crafters, Vicky, showed us. Yes, see? And if you get it right away, it's called, what is it called? A mono sand eraser. And accidents do happen. So it just takes a little bit off the layer, the top layer of the paper. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now nobody can see it. Fixed our mistakes. Maybe that's where, oh, look at, that's where it is. It's on my hand here, but it's all dry now. Okay, so now we want to do our layers. So, you know, we could do lemon lime, or we could do, yeah, I think the contrast is nicer if we do the moody mauve. So I'm going to go again with the light. And always forget, put the lid, oh, itchy nose all of a sudden, on the bottom. And that way you won't get them mixed up when you go to put them away later. Okay, so now we're going to take our light, just to make sure we got the light this time. And we're going to go in here. And I find I just like to go around the edges first to make sure that I don't go over, because they are blends, so they will bleed a little bit. So I want to make sure we stay in those lines. And now I'm just again going to follow some of these lines that Stampin' Up. And if you don't hit them all, it's okay. Just make some lines in there, and you can leave it just like that, or you can go back over it with the light. So here we do the same on this one. So just go back down. Some of the ladies are probably out enjoying the sunshine, or eraser. Yeah, it helps, doesn't it? Yes, and you know, that's the thing. People are out in the gardens, and especially with our hot weather, trying to keep things moist, growing. But that's the nice thing, is you can catch it later on the replay. So nice to be able to have that convenience. Okay, so again, we're just going to go around the edges, fill in quickly inside, and you really don't have to press on your blends. You can just be very, and actually, you know what I'm thinking? I'm actually going to use the bullet. Sometimes the bullet, and it can be a little bit more precise. And the other thing I like about it is actually it helps preserve your blends, because the brush has a more tendency over time to kind of wear, whereas the bullet is stronger that way. So there we go. Now we got an eraser, so we got that. We're going to click that. Got that already on. Okay, so this is our easy one. Now, one thing I was going to do, let's see. No, I'm not going to do it. We're just going to put on some embellishments, and I only got 3 left. We did one project already with the yellow ones. Let's see, for club, but how about we do mauve? So I'm just going to use my Picket tool, the putty end, and I'm going to put that maybe down there, and then the medium size, how about up here, and then take the little guy, and how about we put that over here. So now we have a very simple card. So there is card 1. Okay, we'll look at that in just a minute, but now we're going to go to card 2. Move those guys out of the way. And now we're going to use a different stamp, and the same stamp set, but we're going to use Boho Blue, one of my favorites. Put that back. And now we are going to use this particular one with the flowers and Sending You Ah. And I'm going to again bring back, but I guess I better clean it, my happy birthday. Let's make sure we get that cleaned. Okay, I'm gonna move that out of the way. All right, so number 2, let's see. So in this case, again, I am using the thick white just because I don't have too many layers. So we're going to use this as our base. And then I have cut this out, and I don't remember the size. Let me see. If you're making it later, you may want to know the size. So let's see. I think it was 2 1/4. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, this one's 2 1/2. It must be the other card. So 2 1/2, and the designer paper is 2 1/4. That's the 2 1/4. Okay, so what we're going to do as a first step is we're going to adhere this, oopsie, boy, that came out in a big blob, to the Boho Blue. And this designer paper is actually the one that coordinates with the Countryside suite. And so I've got, let's just move that in a bit so we don't have it as blotchy. Oh, and I didn't give you the measurement. I believe this is 5 1/4. Let's see. Not centimeters. 5 1/2. That's right, because it goes right from the top to the bottom, this one. So on our card, I'm not going to have a mat around. This is going to touch the end of this top of the card and the bottom of the card. Okay, so we're almost ready. Now we're going to take the stamp, and these are 2 different stamps. And how I did that is actually I just put the stamp right onto the circle, and I just did it ahead of time just because I got a camera in my face and it's a lot harder to match. But basically, just do it that way and press down so that then your stamp is sticking to your block. But then that way you can get it exactly set to exactly the right spot. So open up Boho Blue. Come here. We're going to ink that up. That looks good. Now, how far down can I go where I can still see? A little more ink. It's a little easier when you go right on top of it. But there we go. Sending You. Okay, so it fits perfectly right onto the circle. Now, I'm busy thinking because I was going to use Boho Blue, but you know, I'm kind of thinking, actually, no, I'm not going to use blue. I'm going to use Night and Navy. Do I have Night and Navy here? I do. How about we use Night and Navy? Nothing like changing your mind. I was going to use Boho Blue to stamp it. I wanted to stand out a bit. And we do have Night and Navy in this beautiful designer paper. So we are going to ink up Happy Birthday. Oh, and I got it haloing, so we don't want a halo. Let's try this again. No tipping the stamp. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to put in here Happy Birthday. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Love how that fits, and especially that font. Okay, so let's put Night and Navy away. Okay, and now we're going to take this piece of our boho blue with the designer paper, and now we're going to adhere this to the card. Let's see here. Isn't that pretty paper? I absolutely love that paper. That was, again, the first designer paper that I bought. Some of the papers have bunnies, some of them have trees, some of them have birds, and then others are just flowers, and all blue tones. So how I love my blues. So that looks just beautiful. Isn't it lovely paper? I love it. All right. And yes, and be watching. I am going to be doing a catalog launch party at the end of the month. I've had a busy month, so I'm a little bit slower in making my cards, but you're going to be able to see all the goodies. So be watching for that. We're going to do it live on the Sunday night, the last Sunday of the month, and then the Monday will be in person. So be sure to be watching for more details. That is going to be a free event for in-person and virtual. So now we've got this piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop it up because we're just stepping it up a bit. So first one, of course, we just did our stamp ink and paper right on to the card front. Now we are going to step it up a little bit. So we put a layer of paper, and now we're going to put a shape. And what we're going to do here that we've of course stamped on. So now, we love the contrasting colors. I know, they look beautiful. That boho blue with the night and navy and the white is just so elegant, isn't it? So now we have that popped up. So what should we do? How about we put just, again, our in color. These are all the new in colors. Now let's try the boho blue. Where's my putty again? And I think this time I'm going to go up here. And I'm just going to do a little bit different. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. Just to get some color up there. Just to do it a little bit different. Okay, so now we have card number 2. There we go. Now, let's step it up, ladies. Here we go. My favorite. It's harder for me to do simple. I just love making fancy cards. Okay, so this one has, of course, a lot more pieces. And I have pre-cut most of them so we don't take up too much time here. But now we're going to step it up, and we're going to use the boho blue as our card base color. So that is what we're going to have as our base. Now you can see here, I have used the beautiful countryside blossoms, which again goes with that beautiful designer paper that we had used here. So this one here is just beautiful. So maybe you can see it even better if I leave it flat. So. How about I go up? Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the beautiful dimension. It isn't a 3D, but it is just very elegant the way it has that texture. So what we are going to do first thing is we are going to adhere this to our boho blue card base. You like that? I know. I just love I love so much. But I love embossing folders. I have a weakness for them. Absolutely. Okay, so here we've got our card front now. So that's one layer. Now I am going to kind of do the same for this one, but we're going to step it up. So now we're going to take this layer of designer paper, and we're going to put that onto our boho blue. And again, it's the same size. It's 5 1/4. No, it isn't. It's 5 1/4 because as you see this time, I've got the border going all the way around. Just about forgot. So see how this is going to be able to now fit on there. We're not going to glue that on yet, so just be watching. We're going to do that. But now we need our cupcake. So as you saw here, we stamped. Hi, Marcia. There she is. Nice to see you, Marcia. I hope you're doing better these days. You've been having a tough road. Yes. So here we go. This here I've stamped onto the card base, but we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to actually decorate our liner by using a designer paper. So which one do you think we should make? Tell me which one you like. Should we use this as our liner or this as our liner? Tell me what you think. And as you're doing that, I am going to put some adhesive on the back of this piece. So this is for the cupcake liner, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So first of all, I'm going to put this while I wait for your comment. You guys got a favorite? Which one do you think will look nice? And I'm just going to, I'm not going to center it. I am going to put that just a little bit to the left. So basically what we're looking at is, do we want a liner that looks like that, or do we want the liner to look like that? Nobody has an answer. I'm going to open up this, and otherwise I'm going to have to decide. I like to have your input. Okay, well, I'm going to show you how we do this. We don't need the whole cupcake. We just want to stamp the liner. The lighter one. Who's that? You like both. Okay, well, should we see what both look like? What we're going to do here is we're going to just stamp the lighter. No, I want the liner to go up and down. That would look more realistic. Yeah, you know what? Pretty dark. I think we should go with the lighter. Let's see. Yep. See how it shows up so much better? There we go. So yes, just use a piece of your scrap, and it's always good to be able to check to see which one you like best. Now, sorry, there's a little bit of fussy cutting with this one. Not much. This is the most tricky piece, and it does not matter if you don't get exactly on each little zigzag. The outside of the liner is very easy. Okay, so see here, we just go snip, and then this is just a curved line, and then a straight line. So see, we can do it. Even those that aren't good at fussy cutting or don't like to fussy cut, that's not that hard. Okay, so now we have that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our black again. Actually, you know what? I meant to do that on white. Now I dropped the paper. Good one. I want to cut out the top parts. So with doing that, we're going to now do the top. Let's put this on the bottom. Okay. You see I'm doing it at the edge of the paper. Okay. So now, there's my cleaner. All right. And the other thing, and I think I'm going to do this in Night and Navy actually. So since we're doing stamping, let's just get all the stamping done. So this is the Celebrate stamp that's in a circle, which is really, really cool. So we are going to ink that up. I hope it doesn't show. And we're going to center that. Inked it up quite a bit. I don't think it will show. Nope. Does not look lovely. Oh, I must be allergic to something. My nose is driving me crazy. All right. So now we have this ready. We have this ready. And now, oh, better close up that ink again. Now we want to color it. And what did I do with? Oh, I hit it. Uh-oh. Sorry, ladies. Here it is. We're going to do boho blue. So this is the dark. This is the light. So let's just color that in. Am I on screen? Yep. Blue icing, which is really actually hard to make as a baker. You have to have a fair bit of color, unfortunately, when you make blue. If you want it this dark, but that's okay. This is Pretend World. So we can make it nice and dark. Okay, and then we'll just come over a little bit with the light. All right, so now close that up. Oh, got a fussy cut again. Dress. I am wearing a dress, if that's what you mean. I don't wear dresses very often, but it's nice and cool. Thanks. Nice and cool for these hot days. Okay, so now we're going. All right, so bring in our circle. And then I am going to adhere that, I guess, a little bit of blue, just a tiny, see, on my mat. We don't need glue all over the place. I see there's a little bit of black there, so I'm going to move that now, because we don't want that on there. And I'm just going to attach, come on fingers, I'm going to attach that to our icing. Come on. Okay. So I guess it also would depend if you are wanting to put this in the mail, as to, because I'm going to pop up the Celebrate, and so because of that, I don't think I will pop up the cupcake. I am going to just glue it, but because we used another layer of paper to do that, it will add some dimension just by doing that. So we're going to put this cupcake right in the middle. And isn't that the fun part with a circle, is doesn't matter which way, because you can just turn it the way you want to be able to angle it where you want. All right, so I was thinking, no, we don't want sparkly ice cream, do we? Well, why not? Should we? Well, maybe not. Okay, dimensionals we need. Oh, I can get them off of here. Okay, how come that looks, that I pulled off wrong. All right, so now, we're almost there. So this case, I think I'm going to put this one this time. Oh, I did. I'm not done yet. We forgot the ribbon. I want to step it up one more way, because now we're going to add some ribbon. So I'm I'm just going to tag off those ends a little bit, and I'm going to put that on there. Come on. And I think I better use a glue dot just to make sure that it stays on there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put actually on both sides so that it kind of sticks together. So I'm going to put it there and there, just so that it stays in place. And now we want to put this, and I'm going to come off. I'm not going to go right up to the edge. I'm going to go there. Now, if this is slipping around too much, we can take our, whoops, that's the nice thing. It has all these different pieces. A spatula, I love using that too. So right now we're just going to take this and we're going to put that under the ribbon because I don't want it to go on the designer paper. I want it to be on the white. And I didn't flag that enough, so I want to go a little higher. There we go. Okay. So there we go. We're not done yet. Now we got to take our embellishments. Let's use the boho blue so we can be all coordinating again. So we're going to take the blue. Let's see. Where are we going to put it? Maybe one right here. Come on. And one over here. Oops, not on the pecan pie. And how about we put one, oh, it's stuck under my putty. How about we put one right there? Okay. So now we have our three. I know this isn't the same color, but it's okay. You get the idea as to how to step it up. I just wanted some yellow. That's handy, yeah. Exactly. So here we have our simple card, just stamp, ink, and paper, and I added just some embellishments. And then here we have this card, which is stepping it up a little bit more, and then this one. And like I say, you could go back, and if you want, you can even add some color, some sparkle to your cupcake. There's so many different ways that you can dress it up a little bit. So there you have, from the simple to stepping it up. Hopefully that gives you some ideas as to how you could do that with your stamps and paper and ink. So thank you for joining me, ladies, and it's always so good to be able to see you. Be sure to check out my calendar. You see a little bit of it here in the back, but it's also on my madelinescraftroom.net. If you look right at the home page, you can see all my classes and events and things that are coming up. So there we go. Yeah, the it's amazing how just a little bit of ribbon can add something, right? And our dimensionals, popping things up, and the different layers, and of course our embellishments. So hopefully that gives you lots of ideas. So nice to see you, ladies. Have a good night. Bye-bye. We'll see you next week.